The Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, has a rich history dating back thousands of years. Early inhabitants, known as Atis or Negritos, arrived from mainland Asia through land bridges. They lived as hunter-gatherers. Later migrations brought waves of Austronesian people. These skilled seafarers introduced agriculture, pottery, and metalworking. They established villages and trade networks. By the 14th century, several sophisticated societies thrived in the Philippines. These included the kingdoms of Butuan, Tondo, and Cebu. These kingdoms engaged in trade with China, Japan, and other Southeast Asian nations. Islam also arrived in the Philippines through traders from the Indonesian archipelago. It spread to the southern islands, where it remains a dominant religion today. The arrival of Islam added another layer to the cultural landscape of the Philippines. In 1521, Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer sailing for Spain, landed in the Philippines. This marked the beginning of the Spanish colonial period, which lasted for over 300 years. The Spanish established Manila as the capital and sought to convert the Filipinos to Christianity. They introduced Spanish governance, education, and culture. The Spanish built churches, schools, and hospitals. However, Spanish rule was not without resistance. Numerous revolts erupted across the archipelago, fueled by forced labor, land grabbing, and suppression of indigenous beliefs. Leaders like Lapu-Lapu, who defeated Magellan in battle, and Dagohoy, who led a rebellion lasting for decades, emerged as symbols of Filipino resistance. The Spanish also fortified Manila against foreign powers. The walled city of Intramuros became a center of Spanish power and influence. The Philippines was governed as a colony of Mexico until the 19th century. The late 19th century saw a rise in Filipino nationalism. Educated Filipinos, influenced by Enlightenment ideas, began to demand reforms. The Philippine Revolution, led by Andres Bonifacio and later Emilio Aguinaldo, broke out in 1896. The revolution gained momentum, but the Spanish-American War changed the course of Philippine history. Spain ceded the Philippines to the United States in the Treaty of Paris in 1898. Filipino revolutionaries expecting independence fought against the new colonizers in the Philippine-American War. The war resulted in the loss of many lives and the continued American control over the Philippines. The Americans introduced public education, the English language, and democratic ideals. They also developed infrastructure and healthcare systems. After World War II, the Philippines finally gained independence from the United States in 1945. The post-independence era was marked by challenges of nation-building, economic development, and political instability. The country faced communist insurgency, Muslim separatist movements, and natural disasters. Ferdinand Marcos, elected president in 1965, declared martial law in 1972, ushering in an era of authoritarian rule. The People Power Revolution of 1986, a peaceful uprising, toppled the Marcos regime and restored democracy. The Philippines transitioned to a democratic government with Corazon Aquino, the widow of assassinated opposition leader Benigno Aquino Jr., becoming president. The country has since held regular elections, but challenges remain in terms of poverty, corruption, and inequality. Despite these challenges, the Philippines has made strides in economic growth and development. It has become a major player in the global economy, known for its outsourcing industry and remittances from overseas workers.